See you there. I don't know who you are, but I'm here just to chat. Anyone wants to chat, talk about Jeeps or anything that I'm doing that's coming up, let me know. Getting ready for a trip I'm leaving on the 22nd of June to South Dakota for Rockfest 2020, sponsored by TNT and 605 Jeeps out of South Dakota. So that should be fun. I also just bought a new flatbed aluminum trailer. I'll be showing you guys that probably on Friday, along with some other things that I've been putting together. The reason I actually haven't been on YouTube for the last 2 weeks or put a video out, my son had appendicitis. His appendix almost burst, and then I got in a fight with a handyman jack and almost broke my jaw. Little dent there still, and severely jammed it. Feeling better now, but say hi in the chat. I don't know who you are, but I see you're watching, so thank you for watching. Again, what we have coming up, we have that trip to South Dakota. Then when I get back, I'm going to turn around 2 days later and going on another trip going down or over through Oregon up to Washington and around to Montana. Gonna hit some trails up in Montana with my wife and daughter up by Flathead, I think Flathead Park, Glacier National Park, that area. Gonna go up there with some friends, meet some people up there, go four-wheeling, hopefully meet It's a Bug's Life in Washington and hit some trails with those two. Tomorrow morning, my Jeep is going back into the shop for probably, truthfully, unless something goes wrong with my Jeep, the last 2 mods I'll probably ever do to my Jeep. And that is, I'm putting a skid plate on it all the way across the bottom. I know it's a Rubicon and it has one, but I'm doing what I feel is an upgrade into aluminum, full through across the whole bottom by TNT Customs. And then I'm putting AEV front axle shafts on my Jeep tomorrow as well. That should be fun. I'm excited for that, and I'll show you guys that probably Friday through a video. That'll be the next video that I put out. What else is going on? Got the flatbed trailer. It's a tilt. I like it. I'm getting a toolbox for it. Hey, bud, have you had... I haven't checked the crankshaft. Oh, I can't see it. I have not had any... I don't have any power loss in my Jeep, but I did replace the plugs. I had a cracked manifold also. Oh no, I haven't had I don't feel like I've had any power loss at all with my Jeep with the 488s. It runs just fine on the interstate. I did get a trailer. The only reason I got a trailer is because I don't drive this. I normally pull this behind my RV, my motorhome, and I used to flat tow it all the time, but it puts a lot of wear and tear on the tires, the gears, everything else. So I decided I'm just going to get a trailer. It'll prevent all the problems. How did I get a cracked manifold? I actually think I bought it this way. When I bought this Jeep, it was a 2011. I bought it 3 years ago, and the manifold, if you haven't seen the video, it's on my channel, is cracked almost all the way around the manifold. And I also replaced the plugs. Excuse me. The plugs that I took out of it are actually the original plugs that were in it when whomever had this Jeep before me. So make sure if you have a Jeep that you bought used, check those plugs, get them replaced. Since I've done all that, let me check here. I have reset my battery because, again, I used to flat tow, but I'm getting within a half a mile per gallon different than what I did prior to regearing. Now, right now it says it's 17.0 miles per gallon. I know that's high, and the reason why is because I've been having a problem with my TIPM, my integrated power module in my Jeep, and I've been trying to figure that out. So I reset my speedo, and I also tried to do a hard reset on the TIPM itself. So that is a little different. I think it's a little high. Normally I've been watching it, it's been about 15.5 miles per gallon, and I was getting before about 16 miles per gallon. Right? Yeah, we don't buy Jeeps for gas mileage. We buy them because, well, I love mine because I can go topless or take the tops off and enjoy the weather and stuff. I'm actually sitting outside an orthodontist right now waiting for my daughter, and I figured I haven't put anything out in 2 weeks. Again, I did bust my chin open on a high lift jack, almost knocked me out. Spent about 5-6 hours in the emergency room. I'm good. Didn't get knocked out, didn't break anything, so that's healthy. What else is coming up for me? I'm putting a video out soon, and it's going to be it's Casey, Wyoming. I'm not sure if you two have heard of Casey, Wyoming. It's where the championship, I think he's a bareback rider, but he's a country singer also. Chris Ledoux was from. He was from Casey, and we went to this place. It's called Outlaw Canyon. It was beautiful. There's a little trail that you can go down and, you know, four-wheel a little bit, but the canyon itself was amazing. But we had some flash flooding, some huge rainstorms, a little bit of hail, and had a lot of red clay. So it got pretty slick for a while there, but it was fun. And I should be putting that video out. I'll definitely be putting that out before the 22nd of this month. And the reason I say the 22nd is because that's when I'm actually going to South Dakota for the Rock Fest. And again, I'll be hitting some trails out there with that. And I'll try to be putting those videos out as soon as I feasibly can and getting as much going with that. I'll probably be doing a little bit more live and videoing, both of them on, you know, kind of simultaneously putting the stuff out. I want to give you guys some more live events. That way you guys get a little bit more excited about it. Any other questions about the manifolds, to ask away, or anything else for that matter. I know only two of you on. I appreciate you guys watching. Where are you guys from? It's live, but it takes a little bit. It's hot. We had hail. We don't do Jeeps. Colorado. What part of Colorado? Boulder area. Cool. I was actually in Estes this last weekend. Went up with my family, and I wanted to hit some trails, but a lot of those trails up by Estes, all the ones that I wanted to go on are closed. Some of the easier ones are still, they're open, but I really want to hit Middle St. Vrain again. I want to hit Holy Cross. I know that's not in Estes, but I want to go down and hit Holy Cross real bad. I didn't see that last comment though. Let me see if I can see it here. I started out in Fort Collins. Yeah, that's only 35-45 minutes away from me. Elk Scout. We saw a bunch of elk. I was surprised because we went up above, we went at about 12,000 feet when we went to Estes. And I was really surprised the amount of elk that we actually saw above the tree line. It was surprising to me because, you know, you can always see the lower lying ones down below that are used to, you know, civilization and humans and so on and so forth. But there was probably, I don't know, we saw probably 50 to 60 up above the tree line. I used to hunt elk and mule deer and a lot of other things a lot with my bow, and yeah, it was surprising seeing them this time of year that high, especially because there is still a lot of snow up there, a lot of runoff. Someone asked me about the RPMs with the new gears. I wanted to touch base on that a little bit more. Now, when I got my gears done, they told me to I need to adjust my speedo. You should come out next year, man. Oh, definitely. I might even, I'm not sure what you're doing this year, but after mid-July, I'll be open until probably mid-August, so I have about a month there. I might make a trip down to Colorado and go four-wheeling with you, if you're open. But with the gears, I kind of just tricked it. I have my, let me grab it here. I have my flash cal that I adjusted my speedo with. What I had to do is I actually had to adjust the tire size. Then I was talking to my father-in-law, and you know, I respect him on what he knows about vehicles, and he's like, why didn't you just put a new gear in for your speedo? And I'm like, well, I don't know. And I started looking at it, and it's actually fairly cheap and fairly easy. So even though I say I'm done with my Jeep, I don't think we're ever done with our Jeep. So I'm gonna probably get one of those little gears, put it in there. It's a 9-tooth gear for the 35s that I have, and it'll make it to where my speedo's on, and then I can adjust my computer to where it shows 35s. So I will be doing that. But in the meantime, like I said, I haven't had any loss of power. A little bit of difference for miles per gallon, not bad at all. I've done a little bit of hill climbs, nothing severe. But what I felt on it, and I took it up on some snow also, I absolutely love the 488 gears, especially with the 35s and the build I have. Sorry, it's hot in here. But yeah, I have no complaints at all with going with the 488s. Not sure anything else though. Any events going on in Colorado? I know that like the Colorado Jeep Jaunt, 35s are great. Oh, I love the 488s. I really do. I don't know. Now that I have a flatbed, I'm like, I'm not going to do this or I'm not going to do that. You know, I always complained or I bitched about people with, you know, trailers pulling their Jeeps. And, you know, you watch the Trail to SEMA and everyone gets, you know, Light Bright Nation and Mischief Maker, Holly, and Bleepin' Jeep and Matt and all those guys. They all are given a ton of crap because they take their Jeeps and they put them on trailers and they haul them wherever they go. And it's not Trail to SEMA. They always say it's Trailer to SEMA. And I was one of them. I was one of them that complained about it. I was one that would be like, oh, I'm never going to do that. This is my daily and I'm always going to drive it. Well, I do. I drive it everywhere. But when I'm going cross country, I really got to talk to my wife about it. I just thought this would probably be a better investment to save this investment, and that is to go with that aluminum trailer. So that's what we did. Decided to hit that. It was a little expensive. It should have been around $99,500. They gave it to me for $7,500. It's a 18-foot tilt trailer, so I love it. I'll be putting that on video on Friday with some other stuff. I also made, I'm sure you've seen the 4x tire deflators that people have out on the market, that you can hook up all 4 of your tires at one time, deflate them at the same time, or inflate them. They're about $200 to $300. I actually, while I was out with my chin, Slaughterhouse Gulch is open. I don't know where that is. I'll get my Jeep map for Colorado and I'll look that up. But I made that 4x tire deflator, and I made it for, if it went over $100, it went over $100 by maybe 10 to 20 bucks. That's it. And it works amazingly. Now, my little 12-volt ARB air compressor, it does get hot filling them up that way, but it still works. So until that burns out, I'm going to be doing that. I will also show you guys that on Friday in the video I'm putting together. I'll be showing you my new skid plates, my new axle shafts, Coyote deflators. Is that similar to the 4x? I just saw, I don't even know where I saw it. We were actually in Casey, Wyoming, and I was getting ready to go off-road in the mud and stuff, and I was airing down, and I was like, God, this takes forever. I wonder if there's something out there. And then I saw a video on it, and I'm like, hell, I could make that for cheaper. So that's what I did. I went and bought some air hoses. I cut them. I got some heat shrink and shrank them on where I put the T's in. It looks good. It looks real nice, and it works amazingly, especially when I'm deflating. So that's, that was the main thing that I wanted. So I like it. Are you going to be open in, let's say, beginning of August in Colorado? Because I could definitely make a trip down to Colorado. My daughter's coming out. I'm actually going to sign off. Leave a comment below. Spring loaded. Can do all 4. Yeah, that's kind of how mine is. I just clip them onto the air nozzle. My daughter's getting in the car, and click it. I turn the lever, watch the air pressure, and it goes down. When it's where I want it to be, I shut it off. It works nice, and I did check it because I was like, this is kind of sketchy. And I deflated them all to, I don't know, probably 15 to 20 pounds. And they were all spot on, all 4 of them, exactly where I shut it off. It was nice. So anyway, thank you again for watching. I know there's only one of you on now. Thank you, though. I do appreciate it. Click subscribe if you haven't. Click the bell, that way you can be notified. Thank you again. Leave a bet and you found it. We're out. Thanks again for watching Jack to Jeep. See ya.